Welcome everyone. Here in the previous class we have discussed the structure of dicot root. We have discussed the structure of dicot root. So what we see in dicot root, this is the primary structure which we have seen. This is the primary structure which we have seen. The primary structure consists of the outer layer, which is the epidermis. Below this epidermis, we have this parenchymatous cortex. Below the cortex, a layer of endodermis with Casparian strips is present. Okay. And in between this that is Casparian strips, there are few cells where these Casparian strips are not present. Those are called as passage cells. That is for passage of water and substances. Now below this endodermis is your pericycle. Here these vascular bundles are arranged. The arrangement of vascular bundles is radial, that is on one radius, one vascular bundle. Xylem will be there, on the another radius, phloem. Then xylem, phloem, alternating radius, xylem and phloem bands are present. So that arrangement is called as radial arrangement. And here the arrangement is exact, that is protoxylem will be towards outside and metaxylem will be towards the inner side, and number of vascular bundle is less than 6. It is less than 6, and the most commonest number which we see is 4. So we have drawn 4 alternating brands of xylem and phloem, and the pith is very less developed. Few cells are there in the pith. So here this was the primary structure of dicot root, but there are certain plants where dicot, that is secondary growth, is seen in dicot roots. So how secondary growth will take place? Here just above this that is below this endodermis, we have this pericycle, and the cells which is present in between this xylem and phloem, that is called as conjunctive tissue. So here all of the cells are parenchymatous cells only, whether it is the cells of pericycle or whether the cells of conjunctive tissue. All the cells are parenchymatous cells. So what happens is, if the plant has to show secondary growth, here in this one, in the stem we have seen this is the vascular bundle. Here it is conjoined, that is at this towards periphery, phloem was present, and towards the mid, that is pith, here xylem was present, and in between the xylem and phloem, cambium was present in dicot stem. Cambium was present. Cambium is nothing but band of meristematic tissues. So cambium was present in the vascular bundle, but here we don't see any cambium. Then we are saying that in few plants secondary growth is seen. So how is that secondary growth seen? So what happens is, few cells of this pericycle, the cells which are above this protoxylem, this is the protoxylem now, this is metaxylem and this is the protoxylem. The cells above your protoxylem and the cells below the phloem, the cells below the phloem. Then here also above the protoxylem, below the phloem. Okay, above the protoxylem, below the phloem, the cells above the protoxylem and below the phloem. So few, that is this conjunctive cells, tissue cells. So few conjunctive tissue cells which are below this phloem, and few that is pericycle cells which are above the xylem. This will, I'll draw this one, these cells which are present below the phloem. So these cells and these cells which are present above the xylem. Again the cells which are present below the phloem and the cells which are present above the xylem. Then again cells which are present below the phloem and above the xylem. Below the phloem, above the xylem. These cells will change into meristematic cells. These cells will change into meristematic cells. So how? This is your protoxylem. this is your protoxylem, this is your metaxylem. Then again this is your protoxylem, this is your metaxylem. Protoxylem, this is your metaxylem. Then again metaxylem. So these are the 4 bands of xylem, and here we have this. This is the phloem. This is the phloem. Okay. I'll draw the cells. Below this phloem, this conjunctive tissue will be there. And above the xylem we have your pericycle. Above the xylem we have pericycle. Okay. Now below this phloem, conjunctive tissue. Few cells of conjunctive tissue, and this one conjunctive tissue. The cells above your protoxylem, these cells. Then again this conjunctive tissue, few cells above the xylem. So this is how the cells which are just present below this phloem and the cells which are present above this xylem, these cells. Now these cells will change into meristematic cells. Okay. These are the cells which are changing into meristematic cells. Here a wavy ring is seen. Wavy ring is seen. So of the cells which are changing into meristematic, the few cells of this below the phloem and few cells above the xylem will change into meristematic. So how it will be? It will be seen if I remove this. So a wavy ring is formed. Wavy ring is formed. This is your 2, 3, 4. This is your xylem. This is your phloem. This is your phloem. So here in between this, a wavy ring is formed. Okay, wavy ring is formed. Now here the cells which are below this phloem, these cells will change into meristematic. The cells will change into meristematic cells. Okay. These cells will change into meristematic cells. Yeah, these cells has changed into meristematic cells. Now, meristematic cells has given rise to new cells. Meristematic cells has given rise to new cells. And this above xylem, these cells has given rise to new cells. These cells has given rise to new cells. Okay. So now when the new cells comes, what will happen? The new cells are coming just below this phloem and above this xylem. New cells are coming below the phloem and above this xylem. Okay. So what happens is when the new cells are present, so they push, these new cells will push the phloem. This is your primary phloem. Okay, this is your primary xylem. This is your primary phloem, this is your primary xylem. So what happens? This is your primary phloem, this is your primary xylem. So now these new cells has been formed now. So now when the new cells comes here, So they will push this primary phloem towards outside. They will push this primary phloem towards outside. And same with this one. If here new cells are present, now new cells will be pushing the here new xylem cells will be formed. So new xylem cells will be pushing this old xylem towards the inner side. New xylem cells will be pushing the old, that is xylem, primary xylem, not old xylem, secondary. These are the secondary cells now. So these are the secondary phloem, this is the secondary xylem. So this secondary cells will push the primary phloem towards outside. New cells will occupy here and the old, that is primary phloem, will move towards the outer side. So how it will come? So this was your primary phloem. Okay, this was your primary phloem. Then now secondary phloem came. Primary phloem, then now secondary phloem came. Okay, now below the secondary phloem is your secondary xylem. Secondary xylem, and here is your primary xylem. Here will be your primary xylem. I said you the cells. This is the primary phloem, this is the primary xylem. The cells here in between this phloem and this xylem has changed into meristematic, means these cells has produced new cells. These cells are produced new cells. So new cells, so here new xylem, sorry, new phloem, and here new xylem. New xylem, new phloem. So what happens when this new phloem, that is secondary phloem, comes, this primary phloem move towards periphery. Okay, and this is the secondary xylem. Now secondary xylem, primary xylem will move towards the pith. Primary xylem will move towards the pith. You know, here if the cells come, now these cells will push this secondary xylem in the middle. Okay, this new secondary phloem will push this primary phloem towards the periphery. So here is your primary xylem. Here will be your primary xylem. Then this is your secondary xylem. Okay, then this is your secondary phloem, and this will be your secondary. This is primary xylem pushed outside. Then your secondary. Right, this is your primary phloem. Outside phloem is there now. This is your primary phloem, then secondary phloem, then secondary xylem. Primary phloem, secondary xylem, and primary xylem. So how it is the arrangement? If we see, here is your primary phloem, then secondary phloem, then your secondary xylem, and your primary xylem. If I make it in the form of ring, here I will make this in the form of ring. This is your xylem. This is your xylem. This is your phloem. Now, if I make it in the form of ring, so here this will be your, this is your primary phloem. This is your primary phloem. Now, this will be your secondary phloem. This will be your secondary phloem. Just below this primary phloem will be your secondary phloem. Then below the secondary phloem we have this secondary xylem. We have this secondary xylem. Then we have this primary xylem. We have this primary xylem. So this is how. Earlier only primary xylem and primary phloem was present. Now first is your primary phloem, then secondary phloem, then secondary xylem, and then secondary phloem. So when this secondary xylem pushes this primary phloem towards inside, now there will be no space left. There will be no space left. So very few cells will be present as pith. So this is how secondary growth takes place in the dicot root. This is how secondary growth takes place in dicot root. So what is happening? Few cells of pericycle which is above the xylem and few cells of this conjunctive tissue which is present below the phloem. Okay, they change into meristematic cell. When they change into meristematic cell, so here which cells? Cells below phloem and above xylem make this one. The cells below phloem and cells above xylem will change into meristematic cells and they produce new cells. They will change into meristematic cells. The meristematic cells divide and produce new cells, and with the help of these new cells, what happens is secondary xylem and secondary phloem is formed. Okay, secondary xylem and secondary phloem is formed, and with the formation of secondary xylem and secondary phloem, primary xylem will move towards the periphery, more periphery, and primary xylem will move towards the middle, that is towards the pith. And because of the movement of xylem, say primary xylem towards the pith, what happens? The pith will become very inconspicuous, where pith will not be seen. Even if it is present, very few cells will be present. So this is how secondary growth will be seen. A layer of cells is added and secondary growth can be seen. So this pericycle helps in the secondary growth, as well as this pericycle helps in the formation of lateral roots. Pericycle helps in the formation of lateral roots. This pericycle, it helps in secondary growth and formation of lateral roots. So this was your primary and secondary growth in dicot root. Okay, primary growth we have seen and secondary growth we have seen in dicot root. So in the next video, we will see the structure of monocot root. We will see the structure of monocot root, and with that this chapter will be finished.